we are starting the day in a short position, and it kind of went the wrong way here for me. We can kind of see a pennant pattern forming right through here as we have lower highs and higher lows. And so when it starts to break out of that, then we can pretty much decide that that is the direction it's going to go for the next maybe day or two, since we're kind of looking at the short term. So I fully expect it to hit the top of that pennant and drop. And I'm really hoping it will go all the way down to there, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so far so good. And you can see I put my order in where I thought it might go. Seems to be hesitating right there, so I'm very hopeful. Okay, I kind of zoomed out a little bit there, and I redid the Fibonacci line. And I also redid the upper line of the pennant pattern because I think it was connected to the top of this peak right here and it went through it. And so that might have been a mistake, but we really need 3 points in order to have a really good pattern. And I chose to adjust this, which also matches with the Fibonacci line, instead of trying to keep it on that. It's possible that I did make a mistake in that way because we did kind of have a little bit of a peak right there, so that might have been our 3rd point, and when it blew through the top, maybe that should have alerted me that it was going to go up. And then it went up a little bit more. So now I'm at a $68 loss in my first trade, and it looks like it finally peaked out, but it was higher than this one. So I definitely made the wrong decision in getting in a short this morning, and trying to figure out how is the best way to get out of it. So obviously I want to wait till it drops down to get back as many of my losses as possible. And we can see the MACD is already kind of hooked over and looking like it's dropping. But then we have a green candle. And then a really big green candle, and it started moving a little bit fast right through there. And now I'm at a $100 loss. So I guess that was as much of a drop as we were going to see. So now that it's shown definite signs of it, being excited about going up, I really need to reverse just as quickly as I can at the best place that I possibly can. And I'm really, really hoping that it will be not too big of a loss, because that would be really hard to get out of. Okay, now it's looking like it's forming another hook right through here, and we have a lower high. I mean, it's just a small one. It's not a lot to look at right here, but we do have a wick, a rejection candle wick here that possibly we're seeing develop. And we also see that on the 1 hour chart, it has hit the blue line, and I'm hoping that will be the resistance level, and it will drop from there. Okay, so it dropped down to this point, so I've kind of whittled back the losses to $72, and contemplating reversing at this point. However, it's possible that we might yet see that drop. I can kind of see it kind of hit that blue line, and it did seem to see that as a rejection candle there. So I really don't want to do a reverse if it's going to drop some more. So I'm kind of hanging on at this point and just watching it, and also comparing it to the S&P, because comparing the two of them, I know they don't completely track each other, but they do seem to, I don't know, sometimes it helps to see the bigger picture if you look at the other one as well. All right, it went back up. It kind of had this little loop down here, and then it went right back up again. And I went ahead and put in a price line at the peak that it formed right there, which also happens to be the blue SMA on the 1 hour chart. And so if it goes above that, I definitely need to be reversing. And wouldn't you know, it hit it and dropped back down a little bit, just a little, not very much. And then it's trying to attempt it again. So I went ahead and put in a stop order here, which unfortunately is going to be like $120 loss for me, which is really, really not good. I'm hoping that it does not go above that blue line. I do hope it drops, but you know how that goes. All right, so it did kind of break it a little bit there. And let's see what happened there. Okay, so I believe if you look at this, yeah, the limit order, I actually put in a limit order and it didn't hit the stop. It dropped down and came up, and then it dropped down again. And so I did a reverse at an $82 loss for that first trade. That was very painful. And then I did a short. I was in a short right here. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Okay, so that one ended. I sold one, but I think that must have been an exit order there. All right, because here I'm getting into my third trade right here, thinking that it might drop. And it does look like it peaked out here and it might yet be dropping. And I can see that over here as well. This is the 30-minute chart now. And so I'm hoping to get back some of the losses. All right, had a nice drop there. And trying to be in and out a little bit more with my trades instead of hanging on for a long time. That's the temptation with this because the commissions are so expensive compared to what I can make. But $29 for a trade, that's really good. That's this much movement here when it's zoomed out as much as it is. So there's 5 points between each number here. So anyway, I got out at this point. I thought that was probably as good as it was going to get for that one. Got out and I whittled my losses down to $52 now. Okay, and then I decided, all right, I waited for a while and I think it might be dropping some more. And you can kind of see we've formed our second red candle over here on the 30-minute chart, as well as on the 1-hour chart. Okay, so I'm into another short and it did drop and I'm planning on getting out at this blue line here, which would be another probably around 25-ish sort of dollars. Okay, and I'm switching back and forth between the different time frames. I've been in a 500 tick time frame. Now I went back to 1,000 tick, hoping that maybe it would clarify things a little bit, like where it's going. And we can see that, yeah, we've got that just a very short piece of that 180-day SMA kind of developing right through here. And that might be acting as a support because already we're starting to see a little bit of loss of drop momentum with the MACD and with the RSI. And we really haven't gained or lost anything at this point. So it's possible that I should not have gotten into a short at that point. So I actually reversed, put in a reverse order here. And because you can definitely start to see that hook develop there, I'm hoping that I can get in at this point, reverse at that point, so it's not a huge, big loss. All right, so I'm in a long position, but unfortunately now that green candle is already up here at that support. I do think it'd probably go up though. I think that red candle maybe just been one of those zigzaggy patterns that develop. So I'm in a long now, and I actually let it ride all day long, and you can see it's 5:20 in the evening here, and I left that long position in. And I'm trying to figure out what to do now because the order actually canceled. I'd forgotten to set it for the good till close and it was on the day. So if my order canceled, I can go ahead and put in another one wherever that might be a good idea. So decided that maybe here was a good place. Kind of drew a channel in right through here and thought, okay, that might work. I could definitely see that. And then I kind of changed my mind and actually lowered it to the last peak that had formed because it's really, really slow moving after hours. And it's, like it's 7:11 right now. And you can see, let me go back to that previous screen. It's 5:32 here and the market does close until 6 o'clock. But you can see that, this is all that's happened in the last couple hours. And so it's just so slow moving. I really hate to just kind of leave things in, and I get busy in my evening and I can't watch it, and so I'd rather not be in a position overnight. And so I just got out and actually made what's showing up here as $21, but that's only because the day ended at 4:30 when the market closed. And then from that point to this point was when I made $21. So you can see actually for the day, I started off at 54.31 and I've ended at 49.11. So I actually lost about, $5 for the day. But all things considered, that is not bad. At least it's not $120 loss like I had at one point. So that was my day.